freestyle. Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. With state prop, you looking bleak now. I was home to sleep, designer sheets now. 30 different missions when I strictly listen. Couldn't find the social fishing. Who the crew, it wasn't you. I know it's true, cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait, cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees.
All right, Coach. Under hazy, overcast L.A. skies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and our home team. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee. And that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go, set, and Lobo.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Well, this is caught by Williams. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
On the double.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 33 and a first. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the Chargers' 26-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, lock it.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one a first down pickup of 8. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, D-back, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this one complete to Smith. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Set up. 18 Gator. Out.
They'll run with Cook, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Here we go. 10-2 stop. Get it.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And shedding his way forward. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Second and 2 at the 30-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. A give. Eckler running to the right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. From the gun, Herbert into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Night, sweetheart.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Push him back. Push him back.
On second down, Eckler. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Herbert going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Silver.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the gun on 3rd down, Herbert. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Running on first down, Eckler. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Back at his own 49.
Okay, ready?
54, right there. 54, Mike. 65. Go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 5 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Down.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Herbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On play action, they'll throw. He's got Smith here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's again to Cook. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The open man is Smith. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Charger 16.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Ready. Here we go. Leo.
Safety screaming. Hey, watch it.
Ready.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook.
Got you, boy.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Desmond King making the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Hard. Under 10. 10. Shoot.
On 2nd down now, it's Harris. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
And it's third down.
Ready. 10-2 stop. Hey, Sam off. 5.
They run the counter with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me on a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Let's go. 90, Wolf.
54. Mike, 54. Watch the screen. 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 Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
That's another Chargers first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
Coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Get it.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. in for the score, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Point after, right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Ready up.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go. Yo, go.
Hey, let's get there. Jim. Kill.
They run. Cook. They find some open field here. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he's taken down all the way inside the LA 10.
Let's go.
A big play there just before halftime. 58 yards.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, lock it.
Watch the slant.
6-6. Pull it high.
Switch it. Shift. Tight go.
Bam. Ready?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
I'm coming after you.
5.
They'll set up a throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Here we go! 60-yard.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They'll run here with Eckler. He'll have a first down past the 40. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 23 yards the pickup there.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ready! 18 Gator.
Block 54. All day, come.
Get it.
Off the bootleg. Herbert. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
At the Vikings 15-yard line.
Ready.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 7 on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this is back to an 8-point game. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
To Stephon Diggs. It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Vikings first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 31, check 31. Splines. No. 55, Mike, 55.
Ready?
On the ground, it's Cook. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Set, ready? 8, read.
Check. Back to pass.
Now.
Kill.
Screen.
Check safety. Slam.
Shoot.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Slam. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Yeah. Hey, Delta.
Let's go, D.
But five.
Now Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Hey. 4 down. Mike's 49. I'm coming.
They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go to...
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Past the 20, and he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Set up, 30 base.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Off the bootleg. Herbert rolling to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Deep grip.
To throw on second down. Herbert. He completes it to Evans. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for L.A. 54 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that third touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the two-point try. Operating from the gun, Herbert. Yeah, he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, wahoo! 44, Mike, 44. Wild 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Mike.
They'll drop the throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, exit.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go. Check, check. Lucky.
Pilot, 64, weak. Let's go.
It's Eckler again. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here is Eckler. Gets it up around the 22, but no further. Did flash the fancy footwork, but not much to show for it. A 4-yard pickup that gets them going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down.
Let's go now. 8, read.
Squeeze, double. Watch time. Tight end right. 3 down.
Hey, orbit.
Mike 52. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Hit it.
From the gun, Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Vikings get their 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They run it again with Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Check me out. Pass it, go. Shut go. 44 down.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Hey, check 24. Rush in. Check 50.
Leo. Ready?
On second down, it's Cook. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
You can't block me. Hey, check Mike. Watching your ball. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's able to find Diggs. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a run with Cook. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Harris. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
On the ready. Hey, Alpha.
I got you. 49 to Mike.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Switch. Check.
They'll try and run with Harris. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right?
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Bullock good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Herbert. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. Evans once again the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down and got his man complete. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Vikings, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
just ran a check up on my